Okay, the fifth tip that I wanted to give you all is don't let your slimy frog slip. So I'm sure you guys were all waiting for me to talk about the slimy frog. And the analogy that I give people is there's always this one task that you absolutely need to do. That is your slimy frog. That is a task that is important for you to do to help you move forward. So whether it is applying for a job or losing weight or being a good speaker, identify what that important thing is and make time for it in your most productive hour, and establish a daily routine. That will enable you to do this. So let's say, you have your coffee, first thing in the morning, or in the afternoon you go for a walk. Maybe link that slimy frog to that habit that you constantly do every day. And that's a little tip that I give people. And find the most productive time and block it in your calendar and do that one thing. You don't have to do it entirely. Let's say you know that you need to apply for jobs. Block off some time and apply for one job a day. Get it out of the way. And then everything else in that day becomes a bonus. Okay, the last tip that I want to give you guys is building an army to break records. And so I wanted you to understand this from my client's point of view of how important it is to be part of a community and get support, be surrounded by like-minded people.
I mean, it's one thing to get world-class instruction from a career coach, but it's another to have the community of people like-minded and going through the same journey.
It's kind of like a family, it's family and friends.
It felt like I had found like a fairy godmother that knew like the language that I needed to use to get these roles and at least to get interviewed. I wasn't even getting interviewed.
You have like-minded people that are in such a stage of their life that they require a change.
When you're able to workshop what you're going through, it's priceless.
You start sharing your experience with them. They give you some advice on that and they start sharing.
Bringing people who are like-minded together is just so powerful, so powerful.
Just having that sense of community, having those weekly, bi-weekly meetings, staying engaged and seeing other people's wins is definitely energetic. It definitely, I think, plays a role.
When people are in there like, I got my offer, I just got out of the best interview, or I got 3 more lined up, like all this good stuff just keeps coming at you and I just can't get out of there.
In 1 month, I already had 4 offers.
Mind-blowing. The community is mind-blowing. You're going through all the stages from learning to sharing, maybe to mastering one day.
I really feel this not as a community who takes you to the goal, but also a safe place to talk to people, to get new knowledge.
The masterminds, they're just incredible when it comes to walking out of those things edified.
It just ends up being very intuitive and like your inherent way of explaining yourself just by being involved in the group session.
This program helped me to understand where I see myself.
It's about actually learning and growing. Then the rest comes by itself.
There's definitely a lot of value to having community and having people like count on you to participate.
Yeah, resume, and this is how you create a resume. This is not about that. It's bigger than that. It's here, fixing what's in here in order to create that resume in the end.
You see light bulbs go off in people that you've already watched grow. That's not an experience that I would trade for anything.
Really proud of being part of this group.